Nerd Soul.
I
All
was
right,
always
so let's move on to something I think we can all hopefully thumbs down.
Bro, you
right.
said this 3 times and it has not worked out.
It's
I'm
not
about to
gonna
Look,
say,
it's
happen,
gotta
Mike.
work.
It's not gonna happen. It's never gonna happen.
Moon Knight.
you got some down from Moon Knight? Oh
Are
my
you
god.
kidding
Okay,
me? What is
Oh my
going
god.
on? Gift, you gotta stop the madness. You
okay.
have got to stop the
This
multiverse of
is
madness right
where
now.
It's the
this is where
multiverse.
Mark, even Mark
Moon
is
Knight
gonna get mad at
was
me.
straight
Oh,
trash.
can I
What?
be
All right,
can I be honest with y'all?
all
Can I
right,
be honest?
Keith, be real, son. Be
Can I be
real.
110% honest? Moon Knight
Tell them
is
why you mad at them.
the only other thing other than the Eternals I did not care to watch. Even though I listened to
Oh,
other people, I didn't even waste my time because
Dude.
it's sitting there. This is
what?
for one, it's Moon Knight. Two, I know what they said. Like, look, look. I'll say this. Let me preface this. Y'all, I am somewhat that weird guy. I don't mind listening to reviews and reading about something I'm unsure about. I never was like a big Moon Knight guy. I only cared about him when I played him in Ultimate Alliance 1 or 2. So I didn't really give a damn about Moon Knight one way or the other. It just sounded like an unmitigated mess. And I actually listened to Jason Reed's on this part in y'all review. And I have to agree. I don't want to see why they got to be dusty. The guys got to be dusty. I've seen some clips. I ain't really feel the hippopotamus goddess
What?
person. And
The
also,
voicing was dumb.
she
We
gotta have
all
a
we
British
all up in
accent.
Africa. Ain't nobody black to be seen. We got all these African guys. They all represented by white people, bruh. And Oscar Isaac, who is a dope actor, is relegated to doing this convoluted mess.
And I also heard they barely had any Moon Knight in it, and it wasn't.
That's
as
not
violent.
true. I mean,
Bruh,
fully
when
true.
he fought the like the Khonshu dogs or whatever they was, they kept cutting away because they were trying to save budget money. Here's the thing: if you ain't got the money, don't show it. You know what I'm saying? Don't be coming in here trying to tease me.
I'm just
All right?
saying.
I,
This is where
Look.
I'm gonna call cap on Kevin Feige. Like I like what he do. But
you
he
didn't even
kept-
see it.
all the makings of it. Look, they don't give enough violence. And if I hear
Y'all don't know how happy y'all making me right now.
Yo, look,
I'm just saying.
Jason in my review was so good. He basically saw it. You know what I'm saying?
Jason,
Man, I called. Look, y'all missed the point of this show. Okay,
The point.
There was a point.
There was a point to this show. This was the first time I will give them the auteur. No, it wasn't auteur, but its purpose was not about trying to show the big. It was actually trying to disrupt against the constant one fight, trying to do the same thing over. We were talking about the psychological warfare. We finally got our psychological genre for the first time, and y'all hate the psychological. I can't. What? This is.
I
I
personally
had to
never
take my mic
asked
off my
for
stand.
I
My
was-
goodness.
I personally never asked for any of what you're talking about.
not want to see the show.
The boat ride was Dookie, and then they undid everything with the boat ride by having him take like it. Oh man.
Look,
That was a good point you made.
deaths
right
aren't
there.
permanent, but even more so, deaths that are just mental creations cannot even be considered. That second to last episode was one of the most heartbreaking kind of things.
And then they
ever.
undid it. They
Yeah,
just
that
turned
was
around and
all
undid
a
it.
dream.
No,
I used to be a world
his story was
Salt and pepper and heavy D up in the limousine.
As much as Jason, I mess with Jason. Jason was so impassioned. And Jason didn't even insult it. Jason was hurt. I heard the pain in Jason's voice. He was
I'm so glad that I am so glad they did not make Batman for the movie for MCU out of that show. I would have been so angry if we got Batman for the MCU out of that.
Sometimes some characters I just may not give a damn.
This is I'll say this real quick. This show, what makes this show so turd heavy is exactly why Black Adam is straight God level. Black Adam knew.
What is this? What is happening today?
Black Adam knew, yo, y'all need to come in, y'all need to eat some popcorn and see people get killed with superpowers. Boom, that's it. The Rock come in, straight up bust people in the head. But when we go to Moon Knight, being
Black
like,
Adam
oh snap,
was-
because remember
Black
that
Adam was
trailer?
mad Egyptian too. I want to point out that Black Adam was mad Egyptian. There was some black and brown Egyptians going on, walking up and down through there.
Yep, you know what
They
I'm
weren't
saying?
black and brown. They had mud on them. All right, them people was still light as all hell.
Like then peep this.
I was looking for black brown Egyptians. They was in there. You hate.
Like Moon Knight.
That was the gray scale that they did for that entire behind the. Oh my god!
Look, when they casted Oscar, I was like, look, I know how the comic book is, so I'll go in and let them go. They're gonna cast Oscar, cool. But then when I saw the girl, I was like, up. They about to hit us with the what they about to do is hit us with that old school Egypt where they be trying to pretend. If you watch any of them old movies, you'd be like, oh, Egypt must be in Europe somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, look, Disney was straight wrong. They were not gods of
Egypt bad. It was not gods of Egypt bad. It was like
pretty damn close. Actually, look, I would say it was worse because they wasn't even wearing Egyptian armor.
You know what?
You lying right now.
They worse because they've already seen the backlash from that movie, so they know better.
But they at least got an Egyptian woman. She can't help that. Arab people took over Egypt and like basically annihilated all the black people that really existed there.
Come on, yo. The Egyptian guys was represented by business dudes in suits, bro. Come on, bro.
and it was all from everywhere but Africa. I think there was one sister.
Oh, they got the one black lady who like helped give some secrets. She was the one. She was like Indian.
Oh, and then they sort of had a kaiju battle that was whack, and they had a look with Godzilla and King Kong and Godzilla versus Kong. You can't be coming whack with the kaiju battle.
So much from this start talk.
Yo, Moon Knight was a long walk to nowhere that no one asked for.
I asked for it. I was thankful for it. And when they got to the end and showed me the guy that was murdered, the only thing that I had an issue with was the fact that they didn't show us him. And I'll agree with you on this one, Mike, that they didn't show us murdering more people early on. Like the cutaway from the murdering was wrong.
That's the whole purpose of movie.
But I mean, they eventually got us to the murdering, but just they jumped too early. That was some Ryan Johnson, J.J. Abrams organization there. I agree. That one
should be as Deadpool or more.
But they did mention, yeah. Like they look. I feel like they'll rectify that for Moon Knight 2. Thank God. But like I feel like we got the murdering towards the end of it.
There's gonna be a Moon Knight 2 at this point.
Yeah.
Marvel out there doing their retooling.
This ain't Warner Brothers, all right. They said they putting it out.
Okay.
I mean, I'll give this. If they say they go put it out 9 times out of 10, Disney go.
Yeah, but did they say that though? I never heard of
that. They might shorten that joint and make it like a 3-episode season.
Just make it violent.
You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna make it an hour-long special. That's what they say.
Make it an hour-long special. Make it violent.
Learn from Werewolf by Night, which we'll touch on later. But all right, so let's go into something a little bit easier. This should be easy. She-Hulk.
Hey man, we gotta stop with these predictions. We gotta stop with these predictions because
Jason, I thought you hated it, so I thought we was good. I thought you hated it, so we was good. My bad. Apologies.
But I still want to talk about how much I hated it.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, my bad.
Mr. Reeves.
Nah, you're right. I don't need to go into it. It was garbage. All the
his previous review. Go back and watch that episode with Jason against me. I wasn't there. I listened.
Yo, I used to disagree with Jason, but I believe him, man. Like Marvel don't be knowing what they doing.
Sometimes, I don't rock with Jason on everything, but he got me on the Moon Knight one. I'm sorry, I got to
disagree.
Moon Knight. So is that a thumbs down for you, Jason?
That's a thumbs down.
All right, cool.
Definitely thumbs down.
It's a full thumbs down. Well, I mean, Hey, look at this, Disney. At least you got one person that like Moon Knight. You know what I'm saying?
Always. All right, we know what the genius was trying to be out here. All right, we recognize what we're trying to do out here. People don't appreciate you listening. I appreciate you listening. Let them know that their works don't work.
Disney be getting pumped up by people trying to pretend like they deeper than they really are.
Damn, man, don't do my dog gift like that.
But nah. All right, so moving on. How we feeling about She-Hulk?
Let me go ahead and jump in and take the.
You know what? I'll let Keith go first because I know he likes She-Hulk. Go on, Keith.
I do like the character. I know Jason's going. I'm gonna let Jason do his thing.
I always say that. You don't know what other.
You don't know what he gonna say. He might say he loved it. He might give it a 3 million thumbs up.
I don't watch your thoughts, but anyway, I give it now.
You wasn't here when I gave WandaVision a thumbs up. I gave it a thumbs up.
See,
my bad, bro. I'm sorry. You're right.
It was based off of the hate of the rest of the other shows. Take it down.
I'm ready to get my come ups. I don't care. I do like She-Hulk. I always like the character. Believe it or not, I am one of the few people that like the character since I've been reading her as a kid. I don't mind.
Yeah.
I will say this. I do think the ending was goofy.
Yes,
it was a little bit. I give it a thumbs up and a confusing sideways tilting down, but it has some hit points for me that I like, and I can actually take a season 2 of it.
Yes,
believe it or not, and I'm cool with it. I do like. And again, it gives points just because it got Daredevil back in it. I'm not gonna
Daredevil could have been brought back at any show. Continue.
No. This Daredevil needs to get him.
Can you go give it points for watered down characters that come from this?
They didn't water him down. They just gave him a little difference, a little tweak.
Let me give it. I'm giving a point. I'm just saying he popped up. He can pop up any show. I'm just saying, but at least look, we got Kingpin, we got Daredevil. It's goofy. I don't take it. It's not supposed to take it seriously. That's kind of the joke. And I feel like it's kind of laughing at y'all who are like, oh, it's like it's not supposed to be. It's irreverent. Exactly. But
I love how when something doesn't do what it's supposed to do is somehow clever or irreverent. But continue.
Let me finish. Could it have been done a little bit better? Yes.
No.
Jason just like throw it out. Anyway, but I say yes. I do. They do need to learn if they bring back. I need more lawyer. I need to see more Jen doing more lawyer work and a little bit more superhero work. You know, just maybe get away from a little bit of the meta humor. I don't mind the fourth wall breaking because she did it before Deadpool. The idiots who was just saying that who did not get that is like, I'm sorry, y'all. Now, yes, sometimes who did it first does not matter who did it better, but she did do it first. I don't know.
I don't care who did it first. Who did it better?
So
this is one of those times where Deadpool wins.
I'm just saying, but people I know y'all know, but there were some real idiots out there in, the internet.
But we ain't talking about them.
And I'm about to say, I think for this particular review, though, we're not addressing the fact that there's a lot of people who hate women and hate progression.
We all know that. We all know that.
So it's just like, it's just, I looked at it almost like a cartoon. It was wacky, silly time. So I enjoyed.
So now it's Animaniacs.
Now it's wacky, silly time.
It was because they were.
All right, so you know what? I'm gonna throw it over to someone else who I know likes this show. Gift, thumbs up or thumbs down?
Thumbs up, baby.
Of course.
Thumbs up. You know what? No. Look. You gotta understand. There was 2 points that came from it. One, it was supposed to be light. Obviously, super light. But the other thing was supposed to be able to give us an entrance into mutants, into a normal world, to let us just naturally know that they exist without having to make it a huge deal or trying to actually set up this convoluted process of how they got here. No, we now know they exist. The world of powered people exists. This was what the parody of The Boys, in my opinion, in a lot of ways. This is why I love this show. It wasn't supposed to be anything. This was the Seinfeld of shows. The show about nothing.
For someone who's not even a big Seinfeld fan, saying that this show is like Seinfeld is a disservice to all Seinfeld episodes.
That's such disrespect.
Oh, also, this being a parody of The Boys, which is like any episode of The Boys. Oh my god! Continue.
It's just more so a superhero Ally McBeal, but it does need more lore. I ain't gonna go there.
It wasn't superhero Ally McBeal. Also disrespect. This is a fan. I'm not a fan of The Boys, but I'm a fan of Seinfeld, and I'm an old school Ally McBeal fan. And this show was not Ally McBeal. Do not do that.
I was Ally McBeal fan too, man. I I'm just saying.
Its sole purpose.
What it aimed to be.
Its sole purpose was truly just we needed a world builder. We just needed a world builder show. And this was a world builder show that at least gave us someone to focus on to follow us through this world of all these powered people. Now,
and I'll say this.
Wait, where the world at? Where the world building came in?
What world building?
They showed us the world. You gotta show us the world.
They showed us the world. Look, you showed us the whole little culty farm people before the last episode. The culty farm with the horn guy and the dude who's in the stinky suit. And then you got the Mr. Immortal guy popping up, and then you got all them people mutants. We got mutants. We finally got mutant people, man. We got mutants.
What else?
We
got mutants.
And we also got whatever the hell.
Metahumans.
We also go
radiated Wakandans. Not mutants.
But
a mutant.
But
I mean, like,
as far as real world implications, now that Marvel has the rights back to Hulk, maybe this will now lead into something now that we have all of the
partial distribution rights back to Hulk.
I'm about to say, when they got y'all be making all kinds of stuff. They got mutants. They got the rights to the Hulk.
No, the mutant thing is real. No, the mutant is real. Mr. Immortal, remember the guy that had all the wives that he faked out and frauded? He was a mutant. The horn dude who busted up her car.
I thought you meant real mutants like the X-Men. I'm sorry.
No, I didn't say the X-Men. No one does.
He said real mutants.
I chose my words carefully for a reason. I said
peripheral made up mutants. Oh, gotcha.
You mean mutants that don't really matter, that they want to get a pat on the back from without actually doing mutants?
That we exist. They exist.
The rights
that exist
who play that. This is where they go set up to go forth. They had to do something, and it fell in the timing of look it up. The universal rights on the whole.
It finally gave through. That's why we're getting World War Hulk.
They got to do the thing for the World War Hulk. That's why they announced it. The time.
Yeah.
End up with it. I ain't saying it makes the show better. I'm just saying it gives it.
Because it doesn't.
I'll be honest. The Hulk thing, the World War Hulk thing, was probably the worst part of the show for me. Like, I wish they had never shown that part into this show whatsoever. Don't bring Scar into this.
I'll say this. I'm saying it tongue in cheek, but they did it because they wanted a point. All right, I'm gonna be honest. They just wanted to give a point. It is a thing. It's there. So I did like Bruce's performance, man. I don't care. I like
Bruce. I just didn't like him coming back from Sakaar with Scar.
They threw him because they like, look, we got these rights. He timed up. He lined up, like I just said.
True. But the point is, we brought mutants into the world. Hey, not every mutant's supposed to matter. That's the point of the mutants. That's why we got damage control to set up for the Registration Act, so that we can get these people who we can kill off, but not have any emotional attachment.
Here's the thing. They already did the Registration Act.
Yeah.
They just did it with the Avengers. So if they do it now, it's straight up redundant.
Because they already revoked the Sokovia Accords. Like, this one is
the Sokovia Accords are the Registration Act.
Nobody had to register. Like, they had to be like not allowed to go onto foreign lands.
All right, so Gift. All right, you and Keith, y'all like it. All right, so now I'm gonna
plus the twerking. Always the win for the twerking.
Oh Lord. Okay.
I did that for you, Mike.
You know what? I'm gonna give it to Jason.
When you listen, we twerk positive, baby. South Louisiana, we had fun in Southern. We mention it. Twerk positive, baby.
Jason, how you feeling? Thumbs up, right?
I want to preface. I too am twerk positive. The twerking is the least of the issues in this show. The twerking is not what's bad about the show. The twerking is a thumbs up. The thumbs down.
Amen to that.
Twerking ain't never bad.
My boy.
So let me just put that out the way. I think a lot of times people who like the show like to throw the twerking in there to like dig under, people's skin and say, yeah, well, the twerking, that's why you don't like it. No, that's not what. The story is bad. The character the character arc is whack. It's not even really a character arc because She-Hulk, and I'm not saying I love Titania Mouse. I think she's amazing, especially in Orphan Black.
Yeah, she's charming. Very charming.
So she's very charming. I think they didn't give her anything to do. Let me preface with that. But her character arc is whack. She doesn't really learn anything. And when they get to the point in the season where they build into something that could actually be interesting, the next episode they nerf it. They completely nerf it. When she freaks out in episode 8 and she about to kill people and they catch her on camera with that is the most interesting thing they did the whole season. And they should have to deal with it, but they nerf it in the next episode. Also, the Kevin robot. Oh my God. I was so mad at Moon Knight.
So beautiful.
And they jumped. First of all, I just want to point out every artist that's mad with AI, who likes this Kevin Feige AI plot, you're phony, bro. But anyway.
Yeah, you're mad phony.
You're phony for that. But anyway, it's like they said, you know what? We don't want Jason to like this show. We're going to cut away from the entire ending of this show because we hate him. And I was like, all right, I hate you too then. But like, they cut away from the entire ending, y'all. Y'all buy that? I don't care if the show is supposed to be funny or tongue-in-cheek. Again, Deadpool does the same thing. And I don't like the character of Deadpool, but the Deadpool movies are dope, and they do the exact same thing. So I'm not just critiquing because I don't like funny things. I just think that cutting away from the end of the story that you built up is garbage.
They had no story.
Exactly. And again, when they tried to almost make one, they was like, we don't want to do that.
I'm going to tell you, all right, now people are going to be mad. This is what was on the script. The whole script, there were 2 words on the script for She-Hulk. Those 2 words, girl power. Here's the problem. They didn't know how to craft it or construct it. They were just like, girl power. And I'm like, yo, girl power is dope. Awesome. Let's show women doing dope stuff. Nah, let's just make jokes and send-ups about the internet. Yeah, but the internet is important. Isn't it important because y'all are like a multi-billion-dollar company and y'all can really like make some awesome stuff. Nah, let's just make fun of people that have been making fun of us. Well, yeah, I guess you could do that, but y'all should really make a dope show. Nah, you know what's really dope? Like making fun of people on the internet. Well, yeah, but you shouldn't have to spend millions of dollars to do that. Oh no, but it's going to be smart because we're doing it. It's like,
I'm just gonna say this. I know y'all may not. I get your point, but I don't give a damn about incels, so I kind of enjoyed some of it. To be honest.
Yeah, but
bruh, they spent millions of dollars to make fun of incels. Come on now. I don't give a damn about
incels either, but can you craft a story around making fun of incels? The beauty of the previous phases is that they did a lot of that same stuff going on in the previous phases. They might not have done it to the magnitude that they think they did.
I mean, I don't feel like they were that close. I mean, I think a lot of things were.
This is what I agree with Jason. I do think the boys do a more far superior job of what
100%.
Making fun of everybody, incels, different things, and all the craziness of the superhero world.
Inarguable.
Apparently, the incels don't get it, but
right, and that's the problem. Like it's look. I think again. I feel like She-Hulk was a show that was more so also about Disney telling everybody, we see you on the internet. We literally are reading your comments on
that isn't
Twitter,
what a show.
That
doesn't make a show. That's the
And
thing.
what is that worth? Okay, so they see us. What is that
But the
worth?
worth is to let you know that literally everything you complained about previously to phase 3, you know nothing. But we're gonna let you feel like you know that, and we're gonna point it out so that we
There's
never
a lot of my
have to do it again.
complaints are still valid.
It's a streaming show. They had time to be able to throw money. That's the thing. Disney has time to throw money away right now. Well,
Yeah, but I ain't got time to play.
You don't act like it.
if we still buy Disney Plus,
I also want to point out. Let me point this out. Let me point this out. Disney has been losing $1 billion a month since the pandemic.
Yeah, but a lot of that is also because of the fact that they opened up a streaming service. They had to make a lot of content very quickly. They spent an excessive amount of money.
I will give you that, Giz. I'll give you
that. They did. They can abuse it, but they don't need to. They don't want to. That's why the CEO got fired.
Oh no, the CEO got fired because that dude is actually rap.
So
like everybody thought
that's why they out here retooling. You dig?
Mm-hmm. Because they thought they was clever with She-Hulk, and they realized they wasn't as clever as they thought, and then
damn broke.
Because you could have made fun of the same incels and actually had a story.
Exactly. So them seeing me means zero to me.
Hey, look, they just proved the point. When phase 5 comes around, I don't want nobody complaining about how bad phase 4 was, because phase 5 is so great when their entire purpose is so that they can do whatever it is that they actually wanted to do, so that nobody can complain to them ever again about not doing stuff. There's no diversity issues, no women-led issues, no LGBTQ issues. They get to just make the movies that they said that they're gonna make. And nobody's gonna say or tell them nothing.
That's not true though. That's not true because of whoever the kind of movies they make depends on who's helming them, right? So if you get an incel to make a Marvel movie, then they're gonna make an incel Marvel movie. So it doesn't. They don't get to pat themselves on the back unless they do the work. And I'm not convinced that they did the work.
But that's what I'm saying. That's not necessarily true, because the person who helmed it in the past has never been the person who really did. That's why we lost Ethan Wright for Ant-Man initially.
Edgar
Wright. Thank you. Because of the fact that there was already a predetermined direction that they were going to go with it, and they were forcing everybody to work within that predetermined direction.
There's nothing wrong with predetermined direction.
No, you're right. There's 100% nothing wrong, but people actually were complaining about it. Like, legitimately were trying to tank the stocks, complaining about the mess.
But they didn't give us anything better. Is the problem. If you hear me, then you need to do better. I'm asking for first and foremost story. Good story. There's a ton of narratives in a ton of movies and a ton of shows that do what She-Hulk claims it's trying to do 1,000 times better.
Yeah.
Every Mike Flanagan show does what She-Hulk keeps claiming it's doing better.
This is one time where I can agree. I can see both sides. I agree with both. I enjoyed it. I had fun. It can be better. It can be used
on both sides.
Oh boy.
Hey,
like it's tough. It's tough to have a superhero show to try to come out and make fun of current real life pop culture and be tongue-in-cheek meta when a show like The Boys exists that is doing it like 100 times better than you're doing it. Or like Jason said with Mike Flanagan.
And why you would possibly make an attempt in that. And that's why it's getting a season 2. I'm just saying, there's a style for that.
It's getting a season 2 because Disney doesn't want to.
Yes. She-Hulk is confirmed for season 2.
Yes, Disney's giving She-Hulk a season 2 because they have to, not because it's so successful.
Have to?
Yeah, they have to.
Yeah, I think it's actually is it the least successful?
Like, I don't know if I'd say it's the least successful. I'm just talking about
Miss Marvel. Technically, is that one.
I'm talking about a story from a story perspective. They have to give it a season 2 because if they weren't, then they would have to capitulate and say, "All right, y'all, you know what? Story was kind of trash." Disney don't want to do that. Disney don't never want to say they're wrong. Just like Kevin Feige came up and he was like, "This is the multiverse saga." Bro, you ain't said multiverse out your mouth never. Now all of a sudden it's the multiverse saga.
Unlike Warner's, Disney doesn't capitulate like that. They don't do that. They just make another thing. Right?
Yeah.
They just do it again and hope that it works.
But anyway, moving on to a young lady that I love, Miss Marvel.
Yes.
I was at first I was like, Miss Marvel, man, I don't know. But you know what? I fell in love with this family that knows that she's a hero. And I really fell in love with Pops. Because Pops is like, you know what? I don't know what this stuff is, but I know kids love it. So I'm going to paint myself green because I know my daughter loves this stuff. And I love my daughter enough to paint myself green. Now that's what I'm talking. Look, I love this show. Is there some crazy stuff in it? Yes. Yes, there is. I'll mention it later unless Jason or whatever mentions it. But in general, I enjoyed this show. A hero that was happy to be a hero. A hero that wasn't like, I hate my life and everything is bad. No.
And their parents didn't die. Thank God.
Oh, yeah. Her parents didn't die. They didn't give her parents the Disney treatment. So 2 thumbs up from me. Miss Marvel. Gift, how you feeling?
I have it 1 thumb up and 1 thumb halfway, only because of the fact that I understood what it was. It's a kid's show. It jump cut a little bit fast. Some of the plot points they kind of skipped over, but I'm like you. I thought it was a cute show. I thought that it presented a great young hero. I mean, the fact that they were the first ones to mention the word mutant helped significantly. And I thought it did what its job was to do. Just show us a different version and bring us some packets. I mean, the historical references that they put for that are legit. I don't think I'm strongly sure that at least 60% of the watching base, well, maybe not that high, but maybe like 30% of the watching base had no idea about the separation of Pakistan and the partition.
Yeah, the partition.
Like that was beautiful.
I heard about it in a documentary a long time ago, but I had long since forgotten about it.
Yeah, same. So for it to be able to do that, it's part of that disingenuous diversity that I love so much from corporations.
See what you did there.
I love it.
Continue.
But it was
Mr. Disney.
Yo,
like another letter.
Yo, he the new
evil
CEO.
empire, man. I believe in the evil empire. All right. But no. But I love this show. I genuinely did like the show. It had its problems. The villains were a little stupid, but it's a kid show, and it genuinely felt like it was supposed to be an entry point for these early generation, these next generation kids entering in. So I'm here for it. And then this is the first show that actually made Captain Marvel an inkling bit charming. Just an inkling bit charming. It was wild. Just her appearing and saying those words. That person needs to direct the next Marvels or afterwards.
All right, Keith.
I agree with you, Mike. The dad, shout out to this dad, and I did like the dad in turning red. So to go to the other side of Disney, like shout out to dads giving a damn about their daughters and being there as a rock for them. Because when he came out, he's like, I'm the Pakistani. Oh, I was like, I like this man. I like this brother. Like then the fact how I ain't never look it up, but if her name actually means what it means, that's a nice little slide in touch.
Yeah,
I like how they had the music. How they showed Jersey City, like she didn't live in a fancy part. She, give you by like this. She ain't rich like Kate Mitchell.
Exactly.
She got a little money, but then,
like her family's kind of working class. You know what I'm saying?
I know that family.
The brother
I know
got
that city.
Women. He got a nice sister. Okay, he got a nice sister. They religious. They together. The family started to communicate. And again, she wasn't so down and out like, oh, hey, I got these powers. Oh, I got powers. Let's do something. I even like that they dropped the meat. Now, the only thing I ain't really like is the whole Home Alone and shit. That I don't care. I stopped not caring about the villains. I thought the character was chilling, was very charming, very nice. It was very youth oriented. that's good. Like looking at it, that this is not for me, a man going on 42, but this is necessarily for the next generation of Marvel fans with one of the youngest Marvel creations recently, other than say Moon Girl and Miles per se. This fits great. I don't think it's getting a season 2. I think it should get a season 2 because I don't know if I'm feeling the whole plot of the Marvels coming up. I gotta see something before I get in that, other than Tiana, even though I love Tiana, but I need a little bit more. But yes, I said it. I don't give a damn. But at the same time, I think the character was very charming, very sweet. It gets a thumbs up, gets a sideways thumb, but I think it was shot. I like the cinematography of it. Strange to say, but it looked very nice. But the villains were garbage.
All right, Mr. Reeves.
I agree with everything that was said. I love Miss Marvel actually. I think, unlike She-Hulk, everything that happened in it was appropriate. I think there were some funny moments. There was some real good character moments. Family is the best part of the show. And when they said they were trying to make that kind of thing, they actually made it. But I feel like the people they hired to write it actually care about the superhero genre in general. I think that was a big failing of She-Hulk is.
Yeah, they got the guys that did Bad Boys for Life.
The writer, the showrunner is a woman. I'm not sure what she did previous, but she's Pakistani as well, if I'm not mistaken. And she really cared about bringing sort of her story to life. But then you're always going to get me in a superhero story, especially when the hero is not whining and crying about being normal, trying to be severe and all that junk. I hate when they do that. Wow. Shout out to Peter Parker.
Like, oh man, it's so hard. It's so hard being super cool with all these powers. Oh man, being able to jump extra high, having super strength, super healing. Right. Oh man, it sucks so much.
Y'all leave Peter alone.
It sucks to dodge bullets.
Oh yeah, and I forgot. What comes with super healing probably means that you rarely get sick, if ever. So, this must be so hard for you.
Okay,
oh my God.
It sucks to have an instant 6-pack and I can lift 2 tons. Like, I need the 6-pack and 2 ton strength, man. I can just lift boulders and
I don't need a car. I can just run across buildings. Right. So horrible.
Yeah.
So horrible not to have a car. I thought Ms. Marvel, I agree. The villains are great. I think they could have went a little harder on that. But to learn about Pakistani culture and partition, and just like it almost felt like watching something from my own perspective, and just kind of learning new things about it, right? Like I love that about it. I love the dad. I love the family
and her friends
dynamic.
weren't whack.
Oh, can I say
no? Exactly.
Her friend, I would love to see that actress in more stuff. I thought she was killing it as
she was
friend.
Great.
And they weren't trying to make her not be a hero too. They were like, "Yo, you're a hero. All right, cool. Let's do this."
Right.
Yeah.
Right. They didn't have the whole "it's dangerous."
I think you guys are really right.
Running for stuff at their church. I would like to see that actress in another. Like, if you give me her in another movie about like this type of stuff with this, I'm watching. Like, wherever she is, I would follow her career.
And Miss Marvel doing better than Falcon because she had 2 dudes trying to holler. You know what I'm saying?
Right?
Yep. She had MK from Into the Badlands and whoever that new boy is.
Also, I want to point out Ms. Marvel didn't have to do some. Ms. Marvel didn't have to do some half-baked speech about all lives matter. She was like, they come up in my church, they come up in my mosque and acting stupid, and that's wrong. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Like they didn't have to preface it with some all that stuff.
Can I just say this? I do give Falcon. I know as a fellow Louisiana, I'm still gonna give Falcon 2 thumbs up. As a black man from South Louisiana on that shrimp boat,
let me ask you to weigh in on this though. We were debating about this earlier.
Right.
All these attractive women on the Avengers and in the superhero vicinity, but the Falcon ain't trying to shoot on nobody. What are your thoughts?
I will say this. If y'all want me to say this, I will say this. Falcon is a little whack. As a black man from Louisiana, Falcon can have a little bit of game, a little bit of swag, a little bit of be clean.
He needs some help.
Out in the hell, that boy can't get no loan. As a fighter, oh my god! Sorry. But Sam, either you to say you're supposed to be smart, a very high-ranking soldier. What in the hell is going on with your credit, bro? What is going on in your life? I don't understand. Bro,
who ain't gonna say he was high-ranking?
He's a high-ranking officer.
No way.
Bruh,
wasn't he like a top flight security or something? I don't know.
And that's why it bothered me so. I worked as a bank regulator. My first job was trained to be a bank examiner. I know about the word, you put this in quotation, mitigating factors or whatever. Ain't no way. If I see football players who can't rub 2 nickels together, but they name means something, you telling me a black Avenger from South Louisiana can't get no bank loan? All right, that's
that only happens in Disney.
Come on.
Oh man! All right, so let's.
You gonna have to like gift school us on that one.